The girl was shocked to discover that every time she brought her boyfriend home, her father would always take them to the study upstairs. And when the boyfriend came out of the study, his face would always bear a solemn expression. Before he would slap the girl hard and break up with her, but he would never explain the reason for the breakup. 5 years passed, and the girl had been through 20 relationships, each one coldly ruined by her father. Her younger sister, at 22, had a baby, while the girl, now 28, was still single. The girl began to feel anxious. One day, she gathered her courage and brought her boyfriend home again, but as soon as they met, her father once again asked the boyfriend to join him in the study. The girl tightly gripped her boyfriend's hand, anxiety gripping her heart, afraid of the cycle repeating itself, but her boyfriend seemed confident. He reassured her that no matter what happened in the study, he wouldn't leave, so he followed her father into the study. Not long after, the boyfriend stormed out of the study. Furious, he approached the girl, slapped her hard, and angrily said, "Someone like you doesn't deserve love," before turning and walking away without looking back. The girl was confused. She immediately asked her father again, why was she always forced to break up? What did she do wrong? And what did he say to them in the study? But her father didn't explain. Instead, he slapped her again, and threatened, "If you ask again, the next boyfriend will pay an even worse price." The girl's heart shattered. She recalled the scene of her younger sister bringing her boyfriend home. Her father smiled when he saw them, and even encouraged her sister to bring her boyfriend home sooner. But when the girl mentioned she had found a boyfriend, her father yelled at her. Soon after, her younger sister got married, and lived happily with her husband, while the girl looked at them with envy. But suddenly, her father slapped her across the face, warning her that marriage was out of the question for her. The girl, confused, began to wonder if she was truly her father's biological daughter. But once again, she received no answers, and was beaten by her father, forced to kneel outside to reflect. Desperate to uncover the truth, the girl hired a private detective. Her best friend, learning the reason for the girl's single status, became furious. She began analyzing why the father was so extreme. Could it be that the girl resembled her father's new lover, and thus was rejected by her mother and later pushed away by her father? The girl immediately rejected this theory, because her mother treated her well. As they pondered many reasons, unable to find an answer, the detective's report came back. The girl wasn't her father's biological daughter, and there was no new lover involved. Unable to find a reason for her father's actions, the girl, following her best friend's advice, asked her uncle to intervene. When her uncle heard about the situation, he was furious. He immediately went to confront the girl's father, saying that the girl had grown up, and should have the right to make her own decisions. Parents shouldn't interfere with her choices. But her father didn't respond. Instead, he dragged her uncle into the study. Not long after, her uncle came out with a completely different attitude, and slapped the girl across the face. The girl was utterly confused. Her uncle had come to help her, but after entering the study, he had turned against her, and arrogantly declared he would discipline her severely. At that moment, her aunt entered the scene. At first, she defended the girl, but was also dragged into the study. A few minutes later, her aunt came out with a changed attitude. Furious, she scolded the girl, and threatened that if she ever brought a boyfriend home again, she would lock her in a small dark room. The girl collapsed to the floor in shock.